once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll.
What is up, y'all? It is your girl Shorel Renee, the blonde ADHD baddie, and we back again. Yes, y'all know we back again. Y'all know what I'm finna say. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell because I'm hitting y'all with the tea, and I know you want this tea because it's piping hot. Let's get into this video. Hold on, let me get my glasses. Anyway, okay, so today's topic is something very interesting that I want to talk about, and it's like, I would say a lot of people with ADHD go through this and other conditions, but we're gonna talk about it because of ADHD, but nobody wants to admit it, and you're gonna understand why in a second. I am speaking on rejection, sensitivity, dysphoria. And for obvious reasons, most people don't want to speak on it or admit it because it's the fear of being rejected. Like, you don't want to be rejected, but guess what? It happens. So rejection, sensitivity, dysphoria, that can be a mouthful. So we're just going to refer to it as RSD. It's an acronym, that thing. ADHD already makes so many things in our life very hard, but for me and our most hated trait or symptom of ADHD is the fact that we are so sensitive to what people say to us and what people think about us. Do we want to feel that way? Hell no. But it ain't something we can control. Like, you know that feeling where you don't really want to give a but baby, you give a and when I say you give a you give a that is called rejection, sensitivity, dysphoria. And you probably been thinking all your life like you just soft-skinned or soft-hearted. No, like it's an actual condition. And other people go through it, it's not just you. Now, most people will not want to admit or say that, you know, they have a fear of being rejected. But see me, baby, I got ADHD. So I ain't got no problem letting y'all know because guess what? I'm like, y'all, I'm getting help. Because, no. Now, we all know what rejection and sensitivity means, but the word dysphoria comes from a Greek word that means hard to handle. Now, while it's technically not a medical diagnosis, it is a very good way of describing some symptoms of ADHD. Admittingly, if you have RSD, you don't handle rejection well. And when I mean you don't handle rejection well, I mean like not at all. And I mean on a global scale. Like it's to the extreme. And it's okay to admit because it's up there. Okay? We don't handle it well. Not even close. Not even this much. We don't. But don't be embarrassed. Don't. Because guess what? I got it too. I do. But I'm a baddie. All of this. I'm a baddie. And though people with RSD usually get like very hurt or upset if they think someone has shunned them or criticized them in any way. We tend to overthink and overprocess everything that happened. It could be something so small, but it's so big to us. Like it's to the point where we get like severely upset. Like it takes over. It takes such a toll on us. Like we will go into a dark space. We could literally go into a deep depression. It's like your whole world is stopping and this feeling just doesn't want to leave. Like it just doesn't. And living in the society that we do, that's why most people would not want to admit that they have RSD. But it's a real thing and people really go through it. You've probably been told all your life, like, it's not that serious. It's not that deep. Grow tougher skin. We want to, but we can't. Literally. Like, we can't. We want to, but it ain't happening. And just to make a bad thing worse, 99% of teens and adults with ADHD have RSD. Guess who ain't in the 1%? We get rejected and we're walking around just like this one big ball of emotion and shame. Pause. Long sigh. It's crazy because studies actually show that most people that have RSD feels like it's one of the absolute worst traits of having ADHD. And personally, I second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever that opinion. Seriously. It is the absolute worst because you sitting there telling yourself, it's not that serious. I don't care. But guess what? My brain just told me I care a lot. Like a hell of a lot. Imagine like somebody you don't even want rejecting you. And that initial moment you tell yourself, I don't give a fuck because I didn't want them. But in turn, your brain like, hold up. Back it up, bitch. Back it up. Because that's a lie. You upset, you hurt, you got rejected. The world is over. You told yourself you don't care, but guess what? Baby, you give a good fuck. Embarrassing. Now this next part may resonate with you, whether you want to admit it or you don't. You ain't got to admit it, because I'll admit mine and I'll speak up on it so the next one will feel comfortable speaking up on it. People with RSD are huge, and I mean ginormous, people pleasers. At you, yeah, get your ass back here, you, people pleaser. Don't run from it. Because the only way you can get over it is to admit it. And I'm almost over it at this point, because I had to finally admit it. You're working literally tooth and nail your hardest to get everyone, not just one or two people, everyone to like you, to admire you, to literally break your back to the point like you are killing yourself trying to get that validation of everyone liking you. I mean, unrealistic ass expectations that we know we cannot achieve, but still take the effort to try to achieve these dumbass expectations. You may tend to avoid situations where you know you could possibly get hurt. Like you don't even take the chance of making an effort or trying because in your head you already told yourself, I'm gonna get rejected. So why would I even put my best foot forward anyway to get rejected? I'm just not gonna do it. Hello. You probably avoid those hard conversations that you know deep down you need to have with that person or these people, because you know the end of that conversation is going to break your heart into pieces. Like, they text you while you at work and tell you, we need to talk later. And you got to text them back, well, I quit my job because we got to talk now. I can't work under these conditions. Not at all. You probably avoid social situations out of fear of being embarrassed in public. Like, yeah. For regular, I can't even say regular because people with ADHD are regular. But for people who don't have ADHD, getting embarrassed in public is not really getting embarrassed in public. It's just like, yeah, whatever. For us, baby, yeah, send me to the nut house because it's over. You probably don't have a lot of successful relationships either, do you? Not me either. We think social situations mess us up, but romantic situations will take the cake. Like, it could literally be nothing wrong, but your brain has told you you are ready to get rejected. So you need so much reassurance. Everything could be going great, and you will self-sabotage the entire relationship out of fear of rejection. So you just avoid the rejection by just moving on, just leaving. That's what you do. I know you do, because that's what I do. You can't lie to me, because I do it all the time. You ever like almost had a panic attack or didn't want to leave a room where it was like full of people and y'all were talking because you felt like once you left the room, everybody was talking bad about you? It took me a long time to admit that, but I hate being the first person to leave. Whew, child. Even though we have been sitting here discussing thus far going in depth, I'm still going to read you guys out some signs and some symptoms that you may have RSD. I feel like we got far enough and you already know your ass got it. Let's read them out. You're easily embarrassed. You get angry or have emotional outbursts if you think someone has hurt or rejected you. You set the highest standards for yourself. You know you cannot meet. You tend to have low self-esteem and a very negative self-image of yourself. You feel extremely anxious, especially, and I mean especially in social settings. Like I said, you have problems being in relationships. You are usually the people pleasers of the relationships. Like you go out of your way to people please somebody who don't even deserve it. You stay away from social situations. You withdraw. Like you would literally feel like a failure because you haven't lived up to others' expectations. Like you don't even care about your own expectations. You're worried about everybody else's expectations of you. That last one, baby, that ain't me. Shorel don't hurt herself. I'm clumsy enough. It's gonna happen regardless. But I don't put my hands on myself. Okay? Now, even though all these symptoms present as rejection sensitivity dysphoria in someone with ADHD, it can be common symptoms for other mental health issues. So it could be bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, PTSD, OCD, depression, or social phobia. Now, the craziest part about all of that, yes, it can present in other mental health issues, but the one good thing about having it with ADHD, our episodes don't last as long. Because guess what? Our attention span does not last as long, so we forget. Thank God for that. So before you go just yelling and telling people, I got RSD, oh my God, this is what I got, go see a doctor. Go get the correct diagnosis so you can get properly treated for the right thing. Okay? Y'all don't listen. ADHD causes your nervous system to overreact. Any sense of rejection causes a stress response. And since our nervous system is shot, our emotional response is a bit extreme. I mean, highly overwhelming. Like I said, talk to your doctor first. Do not just go spouting out saying you got this and you got that. Because if you're not getting treated right, this and that finna get way worse. And you finna turn into a gremlin. And I ain't dealing with none of that. You ain't blaming me for nothing. Like I said, if all of this happens to resonate with you, you're not emotional, baby. You're not over emotional. Well, shit, yeah, you are over emotional. Let's kind of nip that in the bud. We all. But please remember, you have a mental illness. Now, that is all I have to say today about RSD. There is help out there. There's treatment. Just gotta open your mouth and ask. I'm gonna talk about any of the treatments because I don't want you to go and try to treat yourself or nothing like that. Then you look up and you telling your doctor that I diagnosed you, and I'm gonna just come back and say I ain't do nothing. I'm mentally ill. So why would you listen to me in the first place? I'm not a doctor. I just got ADHD. So we are coming to the end of the road. I'm coming to y'all with all the hottest tea when it comes to ADHD, and you can listen to me for free, basically, because y'all ain't paying me. I hope this has helped someone who has already been diagnosed with RSD, or I hope this has helped someone who will talk to their doctor soon to get help with RSD. But I just want the best for everybody. I am very comfortable speaking on my experiences with ADHD to help the next speak on theirs. I am here. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna come with another hit soon. I love y'all. Be safe. but the blonde bald head Betty is out.